Aloha once again, everybody. Welcome to Ho'oi Kaika. Welcome to my kitchen. As you notice, I'm always in the kitchen. I want to make sure you guys can smell what I'm cooking. Hopefully something good. And I was busting out my toolbox today, and I was I wanted to show this to you guys. You see what this is? This is a hammer. Yeah, hammer. You heard that voice in the back, yeah. And in Hawaii, we use the term hammer, but Hammah, not with an ER, with an AH. And usually that refers to somebody who refers to a man who's of high value. And what I mean by high value is somebody who does a lot for not just himself, but for the community, for their family, for their friends. Very well-rounded persons. They're very skilled in their field of expertise. And they do a lot of great things. And I have the great privilege tonight to talk to one of those hammers. I've known this brother ever since 7th grade, since I was 12 years old. We both attended Kamehameha schools together. And I will let him tell you a lot more about himself because I don't want to give all that cool information away. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to my brother, Maka Keone.
What's up, everybody? Aloha, bro. How you get on, bro? Thanks for having me on, bro.
Mahalo for being a part of this, man. I known each other for so long, and so I had to make you a part of this, bro. Especially knowing
when I found out you was making this, I'm like, brah, this is what we need. This is what we need for our brothers out there. But thank you for setting this thing up. I appreciate you, bro, big time.
Yes, sir. But yeah, if you could just go ahead and jump in and let everybody know who you are, what you do, and whatnot.
Okay, but what's up, everybody? My name is Maka Keone. I am originally from Pacific Palisades, bro, up there in the mountains behind Pro City. A lot of people don't know where that is, and we kind of like it that way. But anyway, so I attended Kamehameha schools with Brother Galvan. I started in kindergarten. Then we went to 7th grade. I met Galvan there, and it was awesome, and we've been friends ever since. I grew up in a single parent family home, so growing up that way, we never have everything, but we had what we needed, and so that was the best thing growing up in Palisades. What else? So I graduated from Kamehameha School, and I met my wife, which Galvan, you probably knew her before me because she went to church with you guys in town in Paul Valley. And and so I was so blessed to marry my sweetheart, and then we have 3 boys, about 3. If you think I want hammer, but my boys is hammers, but they're gonna be hammers, but so my 3 hammer boys, and so after high school, I did some stuff around there. Finally got into a great job, but before that, I was doing here and there kind of stuff. Not really finding my path into. Finally, I was able to get in. I worked for the largest industrial employer in the state. Did a lot of work there. I've been out there for about 20-something years and stuff. But we can talk about my stuff later. But just a little introduction of myself. I also a business owner. I've been running my business for maybe over 20 years now. And so I do a lot of property investments too as well. My favorite thing that I like to hang my hat on is that I'm a coach. I love coaching. I love coaching. Started off at football, started off at then coaching the development into people and leadership development and stuff like that. And that is currently what I do now. I live by 3 F's, Gavon. 3 F's: faith, family, football. That's my thing. Faith, family, football.
Nice.
So, I'm a God-fearing man. Gavon, the church, baby. So, I'm so blessed for this opportunity. But I tell you this, every day we wake up is a beautiful day, but it's a blessing to be alive every day. So I'm super happy to be here, super blessed. Ready to jump onto this show, my brother.
Like I said, folks, this guy has done a lot. I was gonna ask you something about if it's okay with you.
Sure.
I know growing up in a single parent household is rough. My mother died when I was 10, and so my dad, ever since then, raised me in a single parent household, and a lot of challenges come with that. And I admire my dad for doing a lot of that work for me. What was it like for you, and how has that influenced you in your life, affecting your values and all of that? Yeah, if you don't mind sharing.
No, I don't mind sharing. Thank you. That's a good question, my brother. So it's kind of weird. Birth order plays a huge part in this. Yeah. So I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of three, and so my mom and dad split up. I think it was like seventh grade, maybe eighth grade around that time. So my dad, he worked night shift, so which is kind of weird. So like basically, when we was home, he wasn't here, and then when we came home from work, from school, then he was sleeping. So it was kind of like, in fact, like I was kind of like raising my brothers and sister. You know what I mean? Like kind of in that position where I was in the position to make good or bad choices. Figure out how we're going to feed myself and feed my brother and sister, and just kind of learn. And it kind of put me in a position to sink or swim, bro. You know what I mean? Like we're going to figure this out, or we're not. So I was super blessed to start at an early age and start like kind of running the household, trying to figure out how we're going to help out and make enough money for groceries. And my sister was a huge part of that. My brother is too. So we kind of worked together as a team. But the value that it put onto me was like kuleana, but like the responsibility is yours to figure it out. So if I can just run into the next question, which we had prepared too, like my education and stuff like that was kind of weird because when I graduated from Kamehameha, like I'm gonna be honest, G, like there was a lot of people in our class, in our age group, that was flying away to colleges, and you was one of them. You went to BYU, and a lot of guys were going, and bro, I'm gonna be honest about it. Nobody was telling me anything. Like nobody showed me, nobody opened the door for me and tell me, hey, you gotta go this way, you gotta go that way. And in school, maybe they did talk a little bit about it, but I didn't have those mentors or those people, those father figures that was kind of pushing me in the right direction. So I ended up kind of doing like I went to Leeward a little while, trying to figure that out. Went to small jobs here and there, kind of figured that thing out. But eventually I got my feet under me. And so I'm super blessed because now I can help those I feel, because that's my thing, I coach, right? Now I can help those who I feel kind of like the person I used to be. You know what I mean? Like if I can see somebody like a little bit lost, I can kind of guide them, show them to different opportunities like that. So yeah, so I was kind of jealous about what all you guys is going, G. Like all you guys was flying out. I was like, wow, I like go college too. But I never knew how to get there. I never knew how to pay for it. I never knew what I wanted to do. Like if you was asking me like, oh, what you like do when you grew up? Like, oh, I don't know. I like survive. I like be able to live past 30, past 40, past 50. You know what I mean? So at that time and growing up, like that wasn't really a big thing. Was just get through high school. Get through high school. And when Paul, try to figure them out on your own. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, like nowadays with my three boys, like I am definitely 180 from that, bro. I am making sure that they get all the opportunities in the world to do what they gotta do.
Brother, that's so cool, man. Like I kind of kick myself right now because I've known you for how long, and I didn't even realize you were in a single parent household, bro.
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't like it was a bad thing, like hey, that came with a lot of freedom, and with a lot of freedom came doing good stuff and bad stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't need
yeah.
I mean, it's part of growing up. I grew up early. I grew up fast. And kind of when like I was kind of like a little bit ahead of everybody. So when everybody started getting into the partying phase and everything like that, I think I was good already. I was kind of getting out already. You know what I mean? So yeah. Sorry, I don't mean for voila out too much, bro.
No, brother, that's why I brought you on, man. To voila out. That's a good thing to hear because I know definitely a lot of other people will identify with what you just talked about right there, man.
Yeah, for real, man.
How did being Hawaiian affect you? Because I mean, from what I understand, you like almost 100% Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, so so blessed. Like my father was pure Hawaiian. My dad was pure Hawaiian. My mom, I would say like we was trying to do the math. Me and my sister there, my brother and sister came out to about 7/8. So my mom was like 7/8 Hawaiian. My father's was full Hawaiian. You know what I mean? So yeah, we get choke Hawaiian, but so I bleed Kanaka through and through. You know what I mean? So how did it affect me growing up? Going to Kamehameha schools, right? You kind of put on this pedestal, like, okay, you guys are the guys, right? You're the chosen one, whatever. And you can go out there and be strong and industrious men and women, right? But, as you leave the hill, then you start seeing, hey, you know what, bro? The world is not just Kanaka out there, right? We all mixed up there. So there were some challenges, including like stereotyping, racism, bro, Hawaiian. even in our own land, even in our own Aina, right? This is our Aina. That's the way we feel. Like this, our generations go back, and for be stereotyped or
Yep.
discriminated in our own land, it kind of made me angry a lot of times. You know, it kind of
Yeah,
made me
man.
like, bro, like so. You know, as we're older now, yeah, but
Right.
you know, we can see
Understand.
like back then, like man, like because my mind was so closed, like the hatred was kind of building up in terms of, okay, well, if you're gonna label me as such, maybe I should behave as such. You know what I mean? And I was so fortunate, bro. So fortunate and lucky that as I got older, you know, I was in situations where, hey, I could have went bad real fast. You know what I mean? But so fortunate, my Heavenly Father about to take care of me, bro. That was awesome. But anyway, sorry, G. So no, but yeah, so I think but another thing though, it provided me with some mana. I think you know, it provided me with some ammunition in my fire to say, you know what, if the numbers on the statistics doesn't look well for us Hawaiian men, let me be the exception, you know, and just keep, and not only me as an exception, but bring other brothers along with me too, bro.
I love all of that, especially that last part you just said. Like, I know I had this conversation with you before, but I always hate when people talk about that crabs in a bucket mentality. And I know a lot of times, I think it's better now. I know before I kind of felt that way where a lot of Hawaiians would fall into that where they would see other ones getting ahead, so to speak, and I get jealous and start trying to pull them down, you know, and whatnot. I think now it's starting to change where we realize like, hey, we gotta rise up together, like you said, bring each other up out of this bucket. Not just me go up and leave you guys behind. Everybody, we all go up together, you know?
Speaking of that, bro, you know, your brother Jay Kahe that you had on a couple weeks ago, right? You know, his stuff is Rise Up Kanaka, right? So instead of on bucket, right, we talk about climbing the mountain with the rope. And so as Kane, right, we gotta pull ourselves up, but we gotta leave the rope behind. We gotta leave the rope behind for the next guy, for our sons for come up the mountain, you know what I mean, and help with that. And then help pull them up too, you know what I mean? So it's a kako thing, bro. You know what I mean? It's a kako thing. It's always about helping other people. Like Gavon, your goals, and me and you, we talk a lot. So I know what you want to do. Your goals are my goals, bro. You know what I mean? My goal is your goals, hopefully. And it's a kako thing. And so kako is like, hey, me, you, and everybody else that can hear me, bro. You know what I mean? Like all in this together. So that's my values that I kind of hang my hat on. It's a kako thing. You know, it's kind of hard though because it's hard to spread yourself so thin with so many people, right? But um, lucky Hawaiians get big heart, bro. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, tell me about that. Sometimes hard,
Hard,
sometimes
bro.
hard.
Hard.
Oh, in fact, I'm not gonna mention his name, but I just was talking with another one of our mutual friends. He was telling me about how he feels like the aloha in Hawaii is dying because
Oh, wow.
because you know, in so many ways it's being abused. People coming over here doing things they shouldn't be doing, you know, and being disenfranchised and put in positions where it's not beneficial, you know, for everybody in the community. And so that aloha spirit is just dying. And just something as simple as people pulling in front of you and not saying, thank you for letting me in. Just stuff like that too.
So, so at my job, we like I said, I don't know if I talked about it earlier, but I do leadership development, manager training, and stuff like that. And so one of the classes that I think you're gonna have this other brother on in the future too, but he can talk about that too. But he runs this class called Leading with Aloha or Inspiring with Aloha. And so, you know, and where we work at is it's a lot of races over there, a lot of different ethnicities and stuff. So yeah, you know, I feel like okay, me and my brother, like, we can go up there in the front and teach that. And so we're good at that. We're good at sharing the aloha. What does that mean to everybody? But at the end, we have like big takeaways. And the biggest takeaway I tell everybody is that aloha is not Hawaiian. And everybody's like, what? Like, aloha is not Hawaiian. You can have aloha and not be Hawaiian. You can be Hawaiian, no aloha, right? You know what I mean? So it's not the cocoa, it's not the blood, but it's what you get in your heart. But so I think like a lot of times, like people say, oh, brother is Hawaiian, he better have aloha. Oh, you no more aloha. No more aloha in Hawaii. It's not true, bro. It's not true. But even when you travel to places, you and I understand that when we go places, they get aloha over there. Like I went to Houston, bro. Beautiful people. Beautiful. And me and you know about we get this stuff about Utah, right? Me and you we always talk about Utah. So, eventually I like move up there. I waiting for my wife, make the decision, but I like move up there. And everywhere I go up there, so much aloha. And the same case too. Everywhere I go up there, maybe a little bit slight stereotype or discrimination, right? And it's just, I think a lot of it comes down to everybody's perception and their ability to survive. So when they're trying to survive, they make all these quick labels or the quick judgments about people by the way they look or by the way they act or their last name. And so they can categorize people quickly. My goal in life is to let everybody know that there's more to the person than what you see, bro. You know what I mean? Like, then the label, then the race, like then their last name. You know what I mean? Like, so my boys playing football up there, and listening to the commentators trying to say their last name, and it's not that hard, but they're trying their best out there. And then when you hear one Hawaiian name coming across the Utah high school there, you see all the people like kind of look back like that. You know what I mean? But hey, I get it. I get it because it's different. And when it's different, people are afraid. Yeah, they become afraid. But the way you can beat that is by getting to know everybody one-on-one. Like if you meet me, or somebody meet you, Gavon, like I'm probably gonna take about 2 minutes for convince these people that I'm a good person. And you probably gonna be 1 minute. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just like once you get to know people, you remove that, then it should be a better place to live in. But check this out, G. How guilty of that am I? I do the same thing, right? We do the same thing because we got to make quick decisions about if somebody is a friend or a foe, and we're going to put them into this category. So how much times have I done that and be like, check out this Holly guy. Check out this Japanese guy, right? Oh, he think he better than me. That's not true. That's just the mindset that we have, and we can change that. And we can change that and then not only we can change, but we can help our keiki change, can help our community change.
Amen, brother. Ooh, all of that fire you just went spit. Oh, chicken skin, bro, all over.
Yeah, all over.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this now. I know you discussed that a little bit earlier, but what are some of the triumphs and challenges that you've had in your life that have affected you, that you would be willing to share?
Shoot, bro. Okay, so first triumph, many, and so blessings, bro. It's just blessings, and the more you live longer, and the more blessings you get, the more you realize that none of it is possible without Heavenly Father, bro. I just gonna leave that right there. But one of the best things is like, bro, homeowner in Hawaii. Who even think that you get on mailbox? I tell this example all the time. If you get on mailbox outside of your house with nobody else's address on your box, or gotta put one key inside, that means you get on single family home, you get your own mailbox. Are you doing pretty good in Hawaii?
Heck yeah,
and that
bro.
and that was the standard. Like, okay, so one of my triumphs was buying our first house. And like I said earlier, I'm a real estate investor, so we're so blessed we were able to buy multiple homes in Hawaii. But just the idea of having my home was our first triumph. Just to even think or fathom that we could do it and then do it, major. And that's what I like help other Kanaka do. I like help other people do the same thing too. So that was a huge triumph. I love public speaking, bro. I love it. But people don't see that because they think, this brother, really can go up there on a stage and talk. Because you give me the stage, like how I see you on stage, just like that too. But anyway, so I love that. That's a triumph I was able to get over, and then my boys is my biggest triumph. Like those 3 boys, they all hammers in different things, and I really would be blessed if you could bring them on too, and they could talk story with you, and they will be able to share a little bit, because I think they're in a position far more advanced than I was at that age, bro. So I'm so excited to witness their growth and development too. Now let's talk about instead of triumphs, let's talk about the roadblocks, the trials, right? So many trials. I mean, like I said, the longer you live, the more trials you're gonna have, right? Not qualifying for loans, not qualifying for a job, getting written off because of such and such. That's something big. Lucky he wasn't involved in any altercation or criminal things, but those things come naturally when you Hawaiian in Hawaii. You know what I mean? It kind of like you're in that mix. So that was a trap. Like losing my dad, bro. That wasn't major. That was like 3 years, almost 3 years ago. Yeah. That was tough, you know what I mean? Like losing that. So now trying to be the older generation guy and trying to perpetuate that for my family, that's a struggle. It's a struggle for me, you know. And so um yeah, I can go on and on. Gee, you have plenty ups and downs, but what I really want to do is concentrate on how do I get over those roadblocks? How do I get over that? And so I know, you know, your last question or so was to ask like, what is it that we can leave with you know, with the Polynesian guys, you know, Hawaiian, Samoa, you know, whatever. And so on Instagram, I get this page called Maka the Mindset Coach. And what I do is I share daily, just little bit tidbits just to start everybody's day, get them going. But if I can leave this with everybody, like our mindset, the way that we think is huge, bro. It's what dictates our responses to when things happen to us. So when something happens to you, you can either reply or respond. And you have to take that little break to remove the emotions from it, and then you can respond. So I like drop like three things that we can leave for the brothers out there. If you guys watching this and you guys maybe, I don't know when you're gonna see this, years from now or tomorrow, you know, whatever like that, but I think it'll still be valuable information to you guys. One, be aware of the circles that you run in. Be aware of the people you surround yourself in with. You know, that saying, you're the average of 5 people you hang around with. Well, put it this way. If you hang around with bums, you're going to be on bum. Nothing wrong with bums, right? But if that's what you want, then you're in a great group. If you don't want that, change your circle. Sometimes the circle is your family. Sometimes the circle is your really close friends. So you got to decide like, okay, oh, shoot, what am I going to do? So change, like be aware of the circle of friends. Now, check this out, G. Your friends might not even be alive. For example, authors, books, depends what you read, right? Whatever you put into your mind, the input that you put in your mind is what you think. Your think becomes your words become your action becomes your results. So you put pilau or negativity into your mind, that's what you're going to probably be receiving at the end. And then, like, I really love reading books and audio and podcasting. Like, to me, like, those things, you just, because you can choose, bro, Gavon. We can choose what we put into our mind. We own our destiny. That's what I pass on. We own our destiny. So if you think, oh, I cannot make it because I'm a Hawaiian man growing up in Hawaii and it's hard to make it in Hawaii, the cost of living, the price of gas, the price of homes, I get it. But what do you do now? Like, we all can identify the problem. What can we do? Where's the solutions at, right? So find the people who know the solutions, find the people that did it before, jump onto there. The other one would be like, be aware of your mindset, like stay positive. I think positive mindset allows us to do a lot of things. Not everything, we can't do everything, but positive mindset allows us to do everything that we want to do, and at least try to do better. That's my second thing. So first one was be aware of your friends. Second one was change your mindset to positive. The third one I want to talk about too is like, we all have these stories that are playing in our mind. We all have these records that are playing, that constantly playing. Some of these records are saying stuff like, yeah, you're not good enough. You're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not fit enough. You're not rich enough. A lot of these stories that we continue to tell ourselves, once we tell ourselves this story, we start seeing the world in that view, and we try to find evidence to back up the story we're trying to tell ourselves. And the more evidence you find, the more that story gets deeper and deeper into your mind, where it's like, okay, then it must be true. It must be true. So my tip for my palalas out there, my, you know, all the brothers out there, like, change the story you're telling yourself. And how do we do that? Well, we start telling ourselves by positive affirmation, just trying to tell ourselves we can do it. Maybe we cannot yet, but we're becoming. That's a great word, becoming. We're becoming the people we can be. We're becoming the generation that we can. We're becoming the Keone and the husband that we can. We might not be there yet, but we're becoming that. So much so that we start looking at evidence out there that proves that story. Once you start proving that story, then we start thinking, you know what? That's right. That's right. I can do this. We can do this. Right? It's a couple thing. So check this out. The stories we tell ourselves is like glasses, right? So let's say this glasses tells us you cannot afford a house in Hawaii. Put them on, right? Once I put them on, that's all I see. I can see, yep, that's right. Look how expensive that. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, so-and-so leaving Oahu. So-and-so leaving. Oh, no can afford. We got to hemo these glasses, Gavon. Put on another type of glasses, another one that tells us, okay, it's hard. We know it's hard. But we got to figure out a way how we can do them. You can put on the new glasses, and then you can start seeing, hey, this brothers is making it happen. How are they making it happen? Let's go find out. Well, this sister's making that happen, right? So the world is ours, bro. Literally, the world is ours. You can do whatever you want to do. Make your mind think it that way. Put in the work. That's the thing. You cannot just think it. You cannot just think it like, okay, check out this thing. Like the biggest, the smallest action is worth more than the biggest intention. The smallest action is worth more than the biggest intention. So if I intend to do something, I have my mindset set, I'm going to change this. But if I don't even step one step forward, not going to happen. Not going to happen. So you got to take action, but it starts off with the mindset. So that's my three things for my brothers out there, my boys out there. I keep drilling this into them. When I was coaching football, I would spend maybe like half hour of practice talking about this kind of stuff to the boys. And they were young, bro. And so I just love seeing that develop as them. So be aware of the circles that you run in. Be aware of that books that you read, the podcasts that you read. 2, watch your mindset. Check your mindset. Make sure you're staying positive. And tell you what, like if you negative, you're gonna attract negative people, bro. You're gonna attract negative people. So if you're positive, you can see the beauty and the light in everybody when you're positive. And then the last one, you know what I mean? Like stop telling yourself the stories. Stop telling yourself those stories that limit you. Those are called limiting beliefs. Stop telling yourself that. Change those beliefs. And you know what's even worse too, Gavon, is when men or fathers especially pass on their bad stories to their kids. Because now, check this out. Those limiting stories become generational. They become generational about my dad couldn't do it. I cannot do it. So now my boys cannot do it. And guess what? You're right. You cannot do it. That's just the way that you're thinking about it. So we got to stop it. And why not us? Why not us? Why we cannot stop them, right? We be the ones to stop and say, you know what? From now on, this road, we're going to turn right. CTR, right? We're going to turn them right. We're going to move on to their side because we can do it, bro. We can do it. And if you don't know how to do them, join on group that does it. Like hook up with brothers that is solid. Like, hey, Gavin, but we get great people in our class, like in our alumni class. We get great people doing great things, bro. And so, find somebody like latch on. Find one mentor. That's good, but find one coach. And let's help our lahui, bro. Let's help our lahui. We help our boys because we need our boys to be good because they're gonna be the men in the future. They're gonna be the fathers, right? So I'm super passionate about that, but I'm super passionate about the mindset. I love that kind of stuff. Like people pay me to go talk and I would do it for free, bro. You know what I mean? I love it, bro. But yeah, but that's what I wanted to share with you tonight, brother.
Ooh, bro. That's like super inspirational, bro. I'm ready to go to war already. If you know what I mean? I can't talk. Like, let's go. Holy mackerel. Hey, how would people get in contact with you if they want to get training or if they want to see your leadership advice and whatnot? How would they do that?
Yeah, so perfect. Thank you, brother. So, of course, on Instagram, you can reach me at Maka, the mindset coach, and it's Maka _ and I go with the letter DA for the Hawaiian Maka _ underscore mindset coach. So I kind of do a lot of connections that way. That's just one of my businesses that I run. So I get all kind of Instagram pages, but that's one of the business I run. We are also forming up. We formed up already a company that is going to go out and start doing this on executive level and start helping not only companies in Hawaii, but schools, organizations, families, teams, anything like that, that we can help out. If this information is valuable to you or your company or whatever, but let me know about it. Or give Gavon a call. He can hook you guys up with me. I'm super willing to help. I think a lot of my phone minutes is always on the phone talking to like young adults, bro. Young adults, young married adults, couples, people starting off their family, like high schoolers, college guys just getting ready. Like, hey, Uncle Maka, can you help me with this? Yes, I can help you. I love that. If I can be that inspiration to people that can open the doors for you, I would love to be that person. Because like I said earlier in the beginning, I never had those doors open for me. So I like open those doors for everybody as much as I can. Get room, Hawaiian. Come inside. Get room.
Brother. Yeah, I'll vote for you, bro. I already told you this before. When you run, whatever leadership position you decide to run for our state or even bigger, I'm voting for you. Seriously, because I'm going to say this. We actually only get like a little less than a couple minutes right now.
Yeah,
but,
I see him now. Yep.
But I was gonna share with you folks. So Maka has been one of those guys that I've seen. A lot of times, for example, like in high school, there's a lot of different cliques. You got the athletes, you got the academic nerds, you got the artsy folks, you got the maybe the renegades or whatnot. In my opinion, Maka has always been one of those guys that never really hung out with one specific clique. He was always hanging out with everybody. I noticed that about him. He's one of the few guys that did that. And
you did that too, bro.
Did I? Oh, okay. Maybe that's why we went out a lot then.
Exactly.
And also too, another interesting thing, like I've been studying a lot about, like we talk about the power of words, and there's the power of names too. And the fact that this guy's name is Maka, Maka means eyes in Hawaiian. This guy has a lot of vision. If you talk to this guy, and please contact him when you can. He's got all these different ideas in his head of things he wants to do. And not only does he have the ideas, he's getting it done. So That's please cool. Check out his stuff if you get a chance, for real, and contact him. And he's one of my good friends for a reason. And just thank you for all this advice you give tonight. I guarantee we're gonna have to do another episode because I know there's more. No, for real.
Never know. Change the shades you wearing, my brothers. Change the shades you wearing, ba. Aloha. Have a good day, ba. Yawan. Thank you so much, ba. Appreciate it.
No, thank you, brother. Hey, we catch you on another episode of Ho'oi Kaika, and we'll catch Maka again on another episode. Okay? Mahalo.
Ho'oi.